Gen Z is obsessed with credit cards. 84% of 22 to 24-year-olds have a credit card, but when current millennials were the same age, that figure was just 61%.
But it's not just the standard no-fee starter cards that the kids are signing up for. They are jumping straight to premium offerings. You know, those cards that make that clang when you drop them at a dinner with friends.
But there's one premium credit card brand that has grabbed Gen Z's attention, and that's American Express. Here's how Amex managed to win over Gen Z. It really wasn't that long ago that young Americans were falling out of love with credit cards. There have been many alternatives like buy now, pay later. They had seen their parents pile up credit card debt after the financial crisis, and they really didn't care about frequent flyer miles. American Express got clobbered. In early 2016, its price to earnings ratio fell under 10x, which is historically low for a company of its size. Now, it's a different story. Shares are up 25% this year, powered by the very same cohort that was supposed to be shunning credit cards. But how did Amex manage to convince the youth to jump into the world of elite credit cards, hefty annual fees and all?
Once upon a time, American Express was looked at as one of the most exclusive credit cards, only marketed to older people in higher tax brackets, business owners, jet setters, your neighbor who's in the waste management biz. Those were the target customers for Amex. Amex didn't market to younger people because, well, young people don't have a lot of money. Think about your first credit card. It was likely a no-fee card, bare bones, just enough to get you started on your credit building journey. If you're a millennial who started your financial life coming out of the financial crisis, that definitely sounds familiar. But Gen Z has entered young adulthood in a much different financial environment, which is why there's such a large disparity in credit card ownership between the two at the same age.
Last year, Gen Z millennials accounted for over 75% of new American Express accounts. Just think about that. This used to be the card that irresponsible businessmen who fly first class to Paris use, but now 3 out of every 4 signups came from people who only have minor lower back pain and know how to reset their Gmail passwords. Of course, anyone who signs up for Amex does so for the perks, which we'll get to. But another reason why Amex has caught on is because of our generation's relationship with fees.
Young people were raised on subscriptions. The average American spent $219 a month on subscription services. Netflix, Spotify, the gym. What's one more to toss into the fray? Amex Gold cards come with a $250 annual fee. The Platinum card will run you $695 a year. But those numbers don't feel as scary if you were raised in the subscription economy. Plus, the sheer amount of education around credit cards makes it easy to know if you are getting your money's worth. According to the Points Guy, the Amex Platinum card has an annual value of $1,600, so the math is mathing.
We've beaten around the bush enough now. The real draw for owning an Amex, it's the sick perks. Airport lounge access, entertainment credits, Uber credits, travel credits, airport lounge access, membership to Clear Plus, airport lounge access. Did we mention the airport lounge access? Amex is still the cream of the crop when it comes to credit cards. And toss in a healthy dose of young people's desire to make their Instagram friends jealous, travel, and you can see why 75% of new card signups came from millennials and Gen Z.
Just because they're being savvy with credit cards doesn't mean Gen Z is better at managing their money than previous generations, though. In fact, they might be worse. Gen Z is accruing debt at a faster and higher rate than millennials ever did. The fourth quarter of 2023 marked an all-time high for credit card delinquencies since at least 2012. As post-pandemic savings ran out, credit card debt started piling up. So if the answer to, hey, how did she afford that trip to Ibiza isn't rich parents, then it's probably building credit card debt.
So did Amex woo the youths?
Or did the youths save Amex? Hard to tell.
All I know is that I'm heading to the airport lounge.